Happy Friday, everybody. I'm just getting hooked up here on TikTok. I am live streaming in two places. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's about a 2-hour ride from here to New York City. I've driven that, and actually haven't done that in a while. But if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, zombie guy. What do people call you? Good morning, Jay Williams. What do people call you? Where are you coming in from? What part of the world do you live in? I live on the East Coast of the United States. I get people on these from all over the world. Good morning, David. Had yesterday somebody on from Nigeria. Good morning, Hussein. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I do get, and not just on this live stream, but on my social media accounts, people from all over the world jumping on this or watching my videos. So let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Good morning, Victor. If this is the first time you've been on one of my live streams, comment yes. Good morning, Shirley. Now I'm on social media because, excuse me, I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Last month, September, was my 14-year anniversary in this industry. I haven't worked a job in 9 years. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Jimmy. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. TikTok is showing me who's coming on. Good morning, Amin. Good morning, David. Good morning, Sunshine. What do people, is that what people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. Would love to know why you're on social media. Most people don't want to answer that. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning, today's shopping. What do people call you? What part of the world are you coming in from? Good morning. Is it Mad Mama? What do people call you, or do your kids call you that? If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. Good morning, Shannon. I get people on these from all over the world. Good morning, Honda Maxima. I think you've been on one of my lives before. Good morning, Shannon. This is the first time you've been on one of my lives. Drop a yes in the comments. Good morning, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for liking my live. Michael gets, triple gold stars for you on yesterday. Thank you so much liking my lives. If anybody else wants to like them, I appreciate that. It helps my accounts out, and it doesn't matter if you're on my YouTube channel or you're on my TikTok account. Now, TikTok does show me when people are coming on and if someone's liking the live. YouTube does not. So if you're on my YouTube live, if you don't comment, I don't know you're there. If you comment, I can give you a shout out. But YouTube does not show me that. They only show me the number of people that are on and the amount of time I'm live streaming. Good morning, Lulu. Good morning, and I'm not even going to try that. I don't know. What do people call you? I'm going to screw that up if I try to pronounce it. Good morning, Michelle. Please comment. Let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. Love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. Nelia. Okay. Good morning, user 78. Good morning, Lead Services USA. And I'm assuming you have some sort of a business that involves leads, because that's what you've got your account named. What part of the world are you jumping in on? And now I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Actually, September was my 14-year anniversary in this industry. Good morning, Adam. And I've been in this industry actually for 14 years. I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9. Good morning, Betty. I got into this. I started looking after I lost my job, and that was 14 years ago in August. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I went to Google. I searched make money online. I bought a website. It was a replicated website, had no instruction except for a PDF that they sent me that showed me how to set up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I did that for a year. I spent $3,000 in pay-per-click ads. Didn't make any money. And I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. And after a year, I realized I got to find somebody who has done what I wanted to do, because success leaves clues. Good morning, Rets. you want to model what's already proven to work. And then I ended up on Facebook. I joined a company. I saw an ad for that said pays 100% commissions. I joined that company. That was Good Morning Ken. That was the first company I ever joined. That company's not around anymore. But the rest is history. But you got to get around somebody who's done what you've wanted to do. You can't do this by yourself. Good morning, Big Papa. What do people call you? Good morning, Lori. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Now, today I was going to talk about, I've got my whiteboard here. And if you can't, it should be, I have the mirror on. You should be able to see it on TikTok and YouTube. I was going to talk about what's the difference between affiliate and digital marketing, because a lot of people get those mixed up. Good morning, third down then. What do people call you? Thank you, Michael, for liking the live. I really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to like the live, whether you're on my YouTube channel or you're on my TikTok account, good morning, Laura. Good morning, Uplifting Faith. I can't, if you're on my YouTube channel and you don't comment, I can't see you. So I can't chat you out. TikTok does show me that. Good morning, Becca. Good morning, Lika. Good morning, Aaliyah. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Woodrow. Good morning, Ken. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. But I was going to talk about what is the difference between affiliate and digital marketing. Affiliate marketing, and it's been around for like 80 years. 80% of companies have affiliate programs where you can sign up for free with them and they will pay you to promote their stuff. Typically, they pay 1 to 5%. Good morning, Ernest. Good morning, Barbara. And of whatever you sell, they'll pay you 1 to 5%. I don't even bother with that. Good morning, Ginny, because to me that's not worth it. Because if you want to make even $500 a month, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales to make that. Now, there's plenty of affiliate programs that you can join that people are doing in this industry. Good morning, Ann. They typically pay you 20 to 40%, which is a lot better. They will give you training and mentorship, which if you join a company's affiliate program, you're not going to get any of that. You're on your own. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Reggie. So if you don't know what you're doing, chances are slim that you'd make any money because you don't know how to use social media. But those affiliate programs are out there. Affiliate marketing's been around for decades. If you join a program, and those will cost you, typically they pay 20 to 40%. Some of them pay more. There are some out there that pay more than that, but not many. There are some that pay 50%, but what happens with affiliate marketing and what makes it different than digital marketing is, good morning, Bentley. Good morning, Random. The money, when somebody buys something, if they sign up through, they'll give you a link that's cookie to you. The money goes to the company. Then they have a schedule when they pay out whatever percentage. If you're making 20%, they'll pay you out by their schedule. They usually pick the merchant account, and they can hold the money for 30 or 60 days. Good morning, Sailing Rhapsody. Good morning, Kendall. Good morning, Josie. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. So they will hold it and pay out according to their schedule. And you have to use whatever merchant account they decide that they're going to pay you through. Then you have to use that. Good morning, Sally. And the money goes to them. Now, they could hold, if you earn something, they could hold it for 30 or 60 days. It's their call what they want to do. And good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Reaper 6. Now, I've done affiliate marketing, and I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. And I've done that for a long time. And the reason I really wanted to do digital marketing was because I have some of my own products that actually I make 100%. I like that a lot better, and the money comes directly to me. With affiliate marketing, it's never that way. To give you an example, I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing. I did that for a while. Somebody came through my link. What they bought was $25,000. Now I made 27% of that, which is $6,200. That's great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That is actually more money than I made in a whole month when I still work in a job. But when I started thinking about it, over 18,000 went to the company. And that was all my effort, the same amount of effort. They didn't do any work. It was my efforts. And that's the agreement you're making between affiliate marketing. And when I found digital marketing, which you can make 100%, it's also called MRR, which is master resale rights. You buy the product and then you get master resale rights, and you can sell it over and over again for 100%. The money comes directly to me. I pick the merchant account, and I can literally, I use Stripe. I love Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 a day. And then it's literally when I do that, it's in, and I timed that it takes 15 minutes to hit my bank account. Good morning, Susan. Thank you for liking my live. Good morning, Bogo. Good morning, June. Good morning, Denise. If anybody else wants to like my live, I'd appreciate it. Whether you're on my YouTube channel or my TikTok account, it helps my accounts out. But those are the big differences between digital and affiliate marketing. And the other thing people call digital marketing is MRR, which stands for master resale rights, where you buy the product, you get 100% resale rights, and you can sell it to make 100% profit. Now, some master resale rights programs, depending on who the owner is, they may pay you. Now, the program I'm in, and then there's like one other one, I know they pay 100%. There's some other ones, they may pay you 80 or 90%. That's up to them. But I like the 100% profit. It comes direct to you. You don't have to. Good morning, John. Good morning, Susan. Thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to like my live, whether you're on my TikTok or YouTube channel, but I like the 100% that it comes to me. I'm not sharing the profits with anybody. And I've done affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing. I've done network marketing. The percentages are usually pretty low, and you're not just sharing what you earn with the company. You're also sharing it with the person who signed you, because they make a percentage. So you're sharing it with two people. So yeah, that's why those are the big difference between affiliate marketing and digital marketing. There's tons of, now there's things that I use, tools that I use that they all have affiliate programs. And I earn money from those too, because if you learn, and my mentor has taught me how to, making commissions on the back end. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Mohammed. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. So does anybody, and maybe you don't know the differences between affiliate and digital marketing, and they're different business models, and there's different people doing different things in this industry. There's different business models. Those are two of them. High ticket affiliate marketing is another one. Network marketing is another. Some people have their own products or services. There's a lot of people that do coaching. Everybody's using, you can use social media for free. Excuse me. There's over 5 billion people on social media every single day that you can get exposure to. I had somebody on my live the other day. Excuse me. My live the other day that she's got a nonprofit that supports women who've been victims of domestic violence, and she's using social media to get exposure for it. So people are using social media, and it doesn't matter if you have a cause like she does, you have an offline business, an online business, you have your own business that you're trying to get exposure, because there's tons of people you can get in front of. Good morning. I'm not even going to try that. Good morning, Paroma 13. What do people call you? Good morning, Master. Thank you, Susan, for liking my live. I really appreciate it. And Susan's from Nigeria. She can correct me if I'm wrong about that. I had another Susan jump on yesterday that was putting in the comments, I'm not from Nigeria. I'm not. And I said, I have multiple people on here. I've got 2 people on here named Susan. One is from Nigeria. And I didn't know what she didn't put in the comments where she was from. So thank you, Susan and Michael, for liking my live. I really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to like the live, whether you're on my YouTube channel or you're on my TikTok account, I wanted to go over the differences between affiliate and digital marketing. Good morning, Armel, because I think most people don't understand it. And digital marketing, a lot of people call it MRR, which stands for master resale rights. And I'm assuming, and if anybody has any questions, drop them in the comments. Nobody is putting questions in the comments, so I'm assuming you don't have any. But those are the differences. And that's why I decided I focus more on digital marketing. But my mentor has taught me how you can make reoccurring income on the back end. And that's a lot of those affiliate programs that you can promote. And it's all stuff that I've used. like the auto. And now, if you're doing email marketing, you need a tool called an autoresponder. A lot of them let you start using them for free. But when you get to a certain amount of subscribers, like the one I have, it's 2,000 subscribers, and you want to build an email list, so you want to keep increasing that number. Other ones, and another one I use for like over 10 years, they give you up to 500. It depends on the company and the platform, what their terms are, but you can make mine. You can promote the autoresponder, and I've earned commissions from that. And then what's cool about that, if you get a couple people, then yours becomes free anyway. So it's another thing you can do. My mentor has taught me how on the back end you can make reoccurring income. That was one of the reasons I did do network marketing for a couple of years. And truthfully, I personally signed over 350 people. I got completely burned out, and decided that's not what I wanted to do. Good morning, Taxosa. Tacosa, if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. And that was prospecting, which that works, which I was using Facebook, messaging people, asking them if they were open to take a look at what I was doing. Good morning, Juanita. Good morning, Judes. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. If you're jumping on, if anybody's got any questions, or you're trying to figure out something, because I do believe most of you're on here, either you have a desire to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. And people jump, one of these things about these live streams is people jump on and off these all the time. There's no accountability. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. A lot of people don't want to show their face. You could be laying on your couch and get your phone and jump on somebody's live, or you could be on the toilet for all anybody knows. Thank you, Michael, for liking my live. I really appreciate it. So if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. And before I did this, was anybody familiar? Good morning, Kitty. With the differences between affiliate and digital marketing. And there's different, good morning, Fran, there's different business models. People are doing different things. Some people have their own coaching services. Could be coaching really about anything, losing weight, relationships. And they're using social media because there's over 5 billion people. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Ramu. Good morning, Judy. There's over 5 billion people on social media every single day that you can get exposure to, and you can do it for free. Good morning, Sunny. And you can do paid advertising, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can get really expensive and you might not get a return on your money. Good morning, Victor. So if anybody has a question, drop a comment. Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? And another question, if I ask, I think I've had one person in the 3 months I've been doing these, when I said, how much time do you spend a day on social media? Her comment to me was, she spends way too much. Good morning, Harrison. Good morning, Jamie. When I'm on social media, I'm getting paid for it. Good morning, Dennis. TikTok is paying me for these live streams. So my time is productive, but if you're just scrolling, and you could say you're only going to get on for 15 minutes, and then 30 minutes goes by, and then an hour or 2 hours. Good morning, Donna. There's a lot of people, and one person, she was honest. Good morning, Caitlin. The minute that she spends way too much time on social media, why not get paid for it? Because you can get monetized on most of the platforms. I mean, I just hit 100,000 followers on TikTok recently. I got monetized. I'm close to 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'd be monetized over there, but they stopped their program. I was monetized on YouTube. I'm trying to get that back. And actually on YouTube, I've made over 5 figures with just the ad revenue. And the programs are a little different. Good morning, Dominique. You have to, no matter what platform it is, you got to meet their qualifications before you can apply. Like TikTok, you have to have 10,000 followers. And in the last 30 days, you have had to get at least 100,000 views to even qualify to apply for it. Good morning. Is it so? Good morning, Aislik. If I didn't pronounce that correctly, I apologize. Looks like Real NBA. I'm going to assume you're a basketball fan, but you can you can turn your social media profiles into an ATM. You can turn your phone into an ATM. And I think it's easier today than it ever was. I have a mentor who has been doing this for over 25 years. And when she started, there was no internet, there was no social media. She was literally taking flyers and pinning them to trees and poles and going to the malls and that kind of thing, bugging family and friends. Good morning, Brian. If you're jumping on, love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. So, and with technology, and now we have AI and social media, there's over 5 billion people on social media that you can meet so, easily. It's a matter of you just getting online. If you're doing this physically offline, a lot of people still like to do that. You're having to go, good morning, super. What do people call you? You're literally having to go person to person. It's much more time consuming. Good morning, Angel. And I was using Facebook, that works. You have to know what the right things to say to people. Because if you don't, you're probably not going to get anybody to sign up with you, but it's a lot more time consuming because you are talking to person one to one. You're doing it. You do it online. You can use Facebook Messenger or another platform that you can message people, or you can do it in person. But it's a lot more. There's no automation. There's no leverage. Truthfully, I got completely burned out with that. Decided I didn't want to do that. And I have things like automation and leverage that you don't have to spend. And I was spending a lot of time on social media. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. And there's a lot of great network marketing companies out there with great products. Good morning, Shemboth. Good morning, Anthony. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Thank you, Michael, for liking the live. And there's a lot of different ways you can use the internet, make money, and depending on what your goals are. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, John. And I've been doing this. It was 14 years last month. I haven't worked a job in over 9. I got into this industry because I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. And I had to find a way to make an income. And I don't know, somehow I knew, I think it was God telling me. I went to Google, search to make money online. I bought a website. They sent me a PDF, 3-page PDF setting how to set up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I did that. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money. You don't want to never want to send traffic to a replicated website. You don't know what you don't know. And I didn't know that. But you can't do this by yourself. You want to model what's already proven to work and get around somebody that's done what you want to do. And you can get this down. I'm following a 2-hour workday blueprint. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. If you're new, you're probably going to be slower because if you've never done something before, the more you do something, the better you get. Good morning, Kenzie. Good morning, Susan. You just got a number one gift badger because you and Michael have been liking the live. Thank you so much. If anybody else wants to like my live, whether you're on my YouTube or my TikTok account. Now, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you don't say anything, I don't know who's there, so I can't give you a shout out. Good morning, Marta. Good morning, is it Luis? If I'm not saying that correctly, I apologize. Good morning. Is it Calum? If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Good morning, Rue. Good morning, user 5566. I'm not going to say the rest of the numbers. TikTok does do that. If you don't put your name on a profile, they just issue you a user number. And I do suggest if you're using social media that you want to put your real name, you want to put a good picture of yourself. With all the fake accounts and AI, people want to know you're real. And if you're just on social media because you want to hang out, that's fine too. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate you for liking my live. And Susan's been on there. I don't see her at the moment. But TikTok does show me who's on and who's coming on, who liked the live. YouTube does not. So if you're on my YouTube live and you don't comment, I don't know who's there. But if anybody has any questions, drop them in the comments. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this actually for 14 years. I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9. I don't need a job. I don't want a job. And I did do this, and a lot of us start this because we need to make money. But the other thing you also get is time freedom. And the third thing is peace, which, good morning, Jacqueline. Most people don't ever get that. And you have the freedom. I don't have to ask anybody when I need to go do something. If you got a job, you're going to have to go ask your boss. Good morning, Art. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Christy. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning. Is it Mako? If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. What part of the world are you coming in from? And the freedom that this gives you. I mean, I did a video on Wednesday. I was in my car. I had some errands to run. It's like, 11:15. I'm in my car. You can't, and you couldn't do that at a job. If you have a job and anytime you need some time off, you've got to ask. Good morning, Chris. Ask for time off, whether you need to leave early, you need a day off, or you want to take a vacation. Good morning, young blood. What do people call you? Good morning, user 417. Thank you, Susan, for liking the live. You and Michael both get gold stars because you both liked. I can't keep count. I looked at my analytics, and unfortunately, they don't tell you. They don't break it down by people who were on your live, how many times they liked it. There's other analytics like your views and comments and that kind of stuff. So good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If you're on YouTube, if you don't comment, I can't see you. I can't shout you out because YouTube doesn't show me that. Good morning, user 7312. Good morning, Taz. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Today I was talking about the difference between affiliate and digital marketing. Some people get them mixed up. Some people also call it digital marketing, MRR, which stands for master resale rights, where you're buying a product, usually it's digital, you're getting 100% master resale rights that you can sell the product again and again for 100%. Most of them are 100%. Well, I should say there's two of them that I know of in this industry that are 100%, the one I'm doing, and then there's another one. Some of them, they pay you somewhere between 80 or 90%, which is a lot better than what, good morning, Tish, than what affiliate marketing pays, because typically if you join an affiliate program, they pay you typically 20 to 40%. Now, 80% of the companies in the world have affiliate programs. I did a video about Adidas on my TikTok account. The people are going crazy over that. You can sign up for their program for free. Now, they don't approve everybody. And individually, I don't know what they all do, but you have to submit a thing. If they approve you, they'll let you know. But they only pay 1 to 5%. They just give you a page that it's your link. It's cookie to you. If somebody comes through it, they'll pay you. You may earn a commission. But if you wanted to make $500, good morning, David. Good morning, Caitlin. If you just wanted to even make $500 doing that, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month. I mean, I average 900 a sale. So and say if you're making $1,000 a sale, if I make 10 to 12, I make a little over $10,000. If it's $1,000, 10 sales, you make $10,000. Good morning, Foodie. Have a good weekend, you too. Good morning, Linda. If you're jumping on, good morning, Foodie Delicious. Had to look at your name again. There's different business models you can do, but affiliate marketing, most of them, even if you join the program, they're only pay you 20 to 40%. I'd rather make 100%. And I was explaining when I was talking about affiliate marketing, the money goes to the company. They create a schedule that they'll pay you out. Most of them do pay between 20 and 40%. There are some that pay more than that. There's not a lot of them, but you're making a percentage. The money goes to the company. They hold it. They pay out based on their schedule. They'll dictate how they'll pay you, the wallet, or however they want to do it. And then you got to sign up for that. And then they can hold it for 30 or 60 days. And I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing. And when I really started, and I have some of my own products, which I make 100%, which I really like that. I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing. Somebody came through my link. What they bought was $25,000. Now I made 27% of that, which is $6,200, and that's great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. But the company, when I started thinking about it, they made over $18,000 from that. It was all my effort. It was the same amount of effort. And when I started hearing about digital marketing and MRR, that I could make 100%, and the money comes directly to me, you pick the merchant account. I use Stripe. I love Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 a day. And that money, literally, it's in my bank account in 15 minutes. Good morning, Eloisa. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Kelly Sackett. If you're jumping on, I think I'm starting to lose my voice. So if you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. If you're trying to figure something out, I'd be glad to do a training on that's good morning, Laura. Good morning, user 8340. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, Card. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Um, yeah, so where are you coming in from? Daughters of Ha. I mean, I know Michael's from New Jersey and I know Susan's from Nigeria because they've shared that on these lives. If you're new on my live, comment yes. Good morning, Cynthia. There's some names over the last couple of days I'm seeing that I don't recognize. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate you like my live. And you too, Susan. I can't see if Susan's still on, but I do, why are you on social media? If anybody wants to share that, I do believe most of you are on here. Thank you, Kelly, for liking the live. I do believe most of you are on here because you're either looking for a way to make money from home or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. I did have a guy asking me some stuff the other day, and some of you are trying to do this for free. Free is the most expensive choice of all. And I spent a year when I first started doing this, and I spent money. I spent over $3,000, and I didn't make any money. You can't do this by yourself. If you think you can figure it all out, this is a high income skill. You can learn in 2 weeks. The master, it's going to take you longer. Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, Claude. You can master. I mean, you can learn it in 2 weeks, but mastering it takes doing it every single day. When I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. You got to be willing to show up, and there is work involved, although you can get this down to 2 hours a day. And I know for me, this industry has changed my life. I've had days where I've made more money in a single day than I made in a whole month when I was working a job. But you have to be coachable, consistent. You got to be willing to put the work in because there is work involved with this. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Irma. Where are you coming in from? So, and I've been doing this for 14 years. I haven't worked a job in over 9. And the job that I lost when I started looking for ways to do this, I was actually spending 2 to 3 hours a day commuting on interstate, not I-95. If you've ever been on it, I don't miss that commute. Good morning. Is it Hellraiser? What do people call you? Good morning, Jen. And I don't miss that at all. A lot of you, I've had people jump on these lives. You're working 2 jobs because working one job, you can't make ends meet. And I know every time I go to the grocery store, food has gone up, or if you go out. A friend and I, we had tickets to go to a baseball game last weekend, and we went to this place. We've been to it before to get cheesesteaks, and one cheesesteak now is up to $18. I mean, and if you're eating out, it seems like that goes up too. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, is it Lavi? The companies are they're costing them more like grocery stores to get the food, to stock the shelves. So then they're passing the prices on to consumers. So we're all paying more. And it seems like food goes up all the time. I could go grocery shopping one week and then the next week get the same exact thing, and the cost has gone up. So, I mean, I had a guy by the name of Hank that jumped on this. He works 2 jobs. We got somebody in our group. Good morning, Ting Cuppers. Good morning, Remu. We have somebody in our group who she was working 2 jobs. One was a waitress job, which you're on your feet constantly. Good morning, Bill. She didn't have any time for anything. She didn't have any time for her kids. She was exhausted all the time. And she started doing this digital marketing, and she has since left both of those jobs. She's actually making more money doing this than she was working 2 jobs. They had somebody else that was doing DoorDash, and she made $1,800. I think like averaged $1,800 a month doing DoorDash. I mean, she's had days in this industry where she's made $1,800. So she's not doing DoorDash anymore. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Cecilia. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, Aladdin. Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 2 hours from New York City. Thank you, Cecilia, for liking the live. I really appreciate it. If you're on my live stream on YouTube, if you don't say anything, I can't see you, so I can't shout you out. YouTube does not show me that. You have to comment. There's a comment thing there. Good morning. Oh, you're from Arizona. Okay. What part? I've been to Phoenix. I've been to Chandler. I've been to Sedona, Arizona. Usually, one of those I was there when I was still working a job for a business meeting. That was in January. Where I live, it was free. It was snowing actually, and I actually was able to go out and sit by the pool and eat my lunch. And that was January because it was. And we were having a snowstorm. I live close to the city of Philadelphia, where I was, and then I'm sitting in the sun. And I had my car at the airport that I knew when I got home because it had really snowed all weekend. I was going to have to figure to get my car out. Good morning, Poopy C. Good morning, Samuel. Good morning, amazing family. Good morning, Dylan boy. Jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? And I haven't asked this today, so I'll ask it. How much time do you spend a day on social media? I've been doing these live streams. I've been doing these every day for about 3 months now. Good morning, is it Ollie? Good morning, Cecil. If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, good morning, Samuel. Um, that she was the only person. She was honest enough that she admitted it, and the comment said, "I spend way too much time on social media," and a lot of people, you may be spending way more time because you think, "Oh, I'll only get on," and you're scrolling, right? When I'm on social media, I'm making money. Like TikTok pays me to do these lives. You're scrolling and you say, "Good morning, Don. Good morning, Oscar. Good morning," or Oscar or Tom, or is it two of you? I'm not sure. Um, you're scrolling and scrolling, and you may say, "Good morning, Hosanna." You may say, "I'm only going to get on for like 10 minutes." And then 30 minutes goes by, and then an hour, and then 2 hours, and then 3 hours, and you're spent scrolling, doing whatever. And you could be making money. You could turn your social media profile into an ATM or your phone into an ATM. Good morning, Amber. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. And usually, when I say, how much time do you spend on social media every day? Good morning, Blitz. Nobody really answers. I had that one person that was, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. I've been doing these every day. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 days a week. I was here yesterday. I'm here today. I'll be here tomorrow. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Linda. What part of the world are you jumping on from? I do believe that most of you, and when I say why you're on social media, good morning, Michelle. When I ask people, why are you on social media? And most people don't want to answer that. I do believe many of you are looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. And I get people that jump on from the community I'm in. Sometimes they reveal themselves, sometimes they don't. We have a community of over 56,000 people, so it'd be impossible for me to know who all is in our community, in our community that jumps on my lives. Good morning, Blitz. Good morning. Oh, I'm not going to try that. So if you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Good morning, Aiden. Thank you, Aiden, for liking the live. And I know Michael's liked the live, and Susan and anybody else. Thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate it. That helps my accounts out. It doesn't matter if you're on my YouTube account live or my TikTok account. TikTok does show me. I can see people liking it. I can see people coming on. YouTube does not show me that. When I end this live stream, I can see if anybody's liked the video, but it doesn't tell me who or the comments. Good morning. Is it all Exlos or Lisa? Is it Exo or is it just Lisa? What do people call you? Good morning, stay at home do. What do people call you? Not everybody puts their social media accounts under their names, and if you're doing anything business wise, or you want to brand yourself, and I did a whole thing about branding yourself, you want to put your name on your social media profile. Now, TikTok, if you don't do that, TikTok signs you a user number, and it's a really long number. You really want to put your name and put a good picture of yourself because people want to know you're real. And with all the fake accounts and AI, good morning, Cuckoo Box. What do people call you? I don't think that's your name. You probably, Cuckoo Box is probably something that you're wanting to share with people. And I don't know what that is if you want to share it. It's funny how people get on these lives and they don't want to say, good morning, Margaret, why they're on social media, how much time they spend on social media. Korean Diaries, welcome. And people are doing different things on social media. And really, no matter what you're doing, you could have there was a woman on here, she's got a nonprofit that supports women who've been victims of domestic violence. Good morning, Daphne. And she's using social media. You want to learn how to use social media correctly because there's a lot of people that are out there, they're not using social media correctly. In the program I'm in, it teaches you the correct way to use social media and build an email list. If you're using social media, you want to build an email list because you don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I lost 10 TikTok accounts. I had over 200,000 followers. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. And I stayed off of TikTok for over a year because I was so disgusted because all the work I put on to lose that. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Chevelle. If you're jumping on, love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. If anybody has any questions, if you have something you're trying to figure out, If it's something I've done, I can do a training on one of these. If it's not, I don't think it's ethical. Good morning, Chevelle. Thank you for liking the live. Good morning, G. I don't think it's ethical to train or teach and stuff you haven't done. But if I haven't done it, I can probably give you some resources. I had somebody that got on my YouTube live that wanted to learn about wanted me to do a video about CPA marketing. I've never done CPA marketing. I know what it is. I have an idea of how it works. I've never made any money with it. So I don't think it's ethical that I do something on it, but I did give him some resources because if there's something you want to learn, you want to get around somebody that's done it. Good morning, Angel. And what I'm doing, it's a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. It'll take you longer to master it. And the more you do something, the better and faster you get at it. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. And I work more than 2 hours a day because I do these live streaming, and I broke down the 2 hour workday yesterday is not part of the 2 hour workday. You can live stream, and at some point you may want to do that. Good morning, Shelley. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that you sent a rose. I really appreciate that. TikTok has this. Good morning, Luis has this thing. Actually, if you go up to the top of somebody's live, it can tell you when how many gifts people have sent, who's the number one person with all that. And they on this live, they're keeping track of people liking and stuff. YouTube does not do that. Good morning, Marjorie. And if you go up to the top, and as long as this live is going now, I will end this at some point. I've been doing these for an hour. It goes down, and then it does categorize that does show me in the analytics who's not the likes, but who's giving gifts and that kind of thing. TikTok does tell me that. YouTube, and they're both different platforms. I've been on YouTube since 2013. I got on TikTok in 2020. And TikTok, I do think if you wanted to use social media for something, I do suggest you pick one platform and do it till you master it. Thank you for that. Thank you, Shelley. I really appreciate that. I do suggest you pick one, do it until you master it, pick something you like. I'm on multiple platforms because I've been doing this for a long time. I do think TikTok is the easiest platform I've ever seen. I've seen people in this industry that have never gotten any results get on TikTok and get leads and sales. And YouTube is a totally different animal to search engine. You have to learn SEO. Thank you so much for that. And your TikTok's telling me you sent me a heart, and they're telling me that you're the number 2 badger. Good morning, Matt. Margie, good morning, Tara. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Shelley's been doing that. So she sent me a heart, and she also got the number 2 gift fan. And TikTok does keep records of that. Good morning, Carol. I can see TikTok does show me that people coming on. I can see when somebody likes the video. YouTube does not show me that. So if you are on my YouTube live, if you don't comment, I can't shout you out because I can't, they don't show me that. You're from Texas. What part of Texas? My sister lives in Houston, and one of my nieces live in Dallas. Good morning, Zenora. Good morning, Kate. And my mentor is a huge Dallas fan. In fact, her and her partner just bought I think it's a high-rise condominium. They have a house in Kansas too that she just had totally redone. They bought a place in Dallas. She's got tickets to season tickets, Wise County. Okay. She's got season tickets to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan, and the Cowboys are rivals of and when I found out she's a huge fan, they bought a place in Dallas. They got season tickets. Susan, you just got the number 1 gift badge. Michael, thank you again for liking the live. But yeah, she's a huge Dallas fan. Good morning, Joshua. You're from Austin, Texas. Welcome. And I'm live streaming in 2 places here. That's why I keep looking 2 places. I've got TikTok on my phone over here, and I've got YouTube on my MacBook Pro. And unless you comment on YouTube, I can't shout you out because YouTube does not show me that. TikTok does. Haha. Yeah. Good morning, Chevelle. Good morning, Rod. I didn't know that about her. And then when I've seen her on social media in a Dallas shirt, good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Susie. And I think because she flew a couple of her kids to the game, I think it was last weekend, that they're all Dallas fans. She lives in Kansas City, and I just automatically thought she was a Kansas City Chiefs fans, which there's kind of a rival between us, and won. We played them in the Super Bowl last year and won. Yeah, but she's not a Kansas City. She is from Kansas, but she's a Dallas Cowboy fan. And I used to, when I was still working a job, and I can't remember. Good morning, Susie. If it was my idea or a woman I worked with, she's a huge Dallas fan. We started betting on the games, and we bet some cash, and I actually won $100 lunch out of that. There was a really expensive restaurant near where our office was. It's a set $100 per person per lunch. It's very expensive. I won that, but we bet a little bit of cash, and then the loser had to wear the other person's shirt into work on Casual Friday. And she would come back and take a picture of me, and there was a group email. There's about 100 people in our office. She'd send an email out with my picture. Yeah, actually, though, Shelley, and out of we did that for how many years? I won more than she did, and Dallas hasn't been that good recently. I mean, I think they've won some championships, but the Eagles now, I'm more 4-0 already this year. And Dallas is, and they've had a lot of change in coaching and people coming in. But yeah, we would, and I don't know if it was her idea or my idea, but we would bet on them. And then she would be, I mean, she'd come back and take a picture of me in her shirt, and then she'd email it around. There was a group email, and there were like 100 of us. And anybody that knew me, they knew I'm not a Dallas fan. I just make a joke. I said, and I said, I lost. That's why I'm wearing this. If anybody follows football, they know it too. But the $100 lunch and that restaurant's not around anymore, and it's even more expensive for dinner. That's why we did lunch, because that cost her $200, and then the tip, and I think it was lunch is three servings, like three dishes. Where dinner I think is five. But that restaurant's probably one of the most expensive restaurants downtown where I live, and it's not around anymore. But that was one of the most. Usually it was cash, but I won more than she did. Yeah, it was, and that was my idea about the lunch. But she's so confident that the Cowboys are always going to win, because the Eagles did win that game. If I had lost, then I'd be taking her to lunch for $100. Because then after that, I mean, both of us kept the bets. When we lost, we were paying the other person and wearing the shirt. But I did win more than that. I left that job in 2008. I took the job that actually I lost in 2011, but I think she's still there. I mean, she's a statistician, and I think she's got a master's degree. I don't know if she's working on a PhD. Yeah, it was fun. And, because we used to do, and I'm in a pool now that we used to do a March Madness pool. And I don't really follow men's basketball that much, but the pool's kind of fun. I mean, last year I think it was $10, and like everything else this year in 2026, it'll probably go up. But you can do it all online now. And it's two guys I know that I'm in a group with them that they do it, but it's just kind of fun. So good morning, Gerald. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. And that was when I was still working a job. I mean, those are the kind of things I miss about a job: the camaraderie, the people, but everything else. And I had a 2 to 3 hour commute. This is so much better. My commute now, I'm literally walking up a flight of stairs. Good morning, Texas lady 123. What do people call you? If anybody has any questions, drop them in the comments. I did, and some of you have gotten on just in the last couple of minutes. I had my whiteboard, talking about the difference between affiliate and digital marketing. A lot of people get these confused. And people also call digital marketing MRR, which stands for Master Resale Rights. And there are differences. You're getting into women's basketball. Yeah, I've been paying attention to that just because of her. I mean, I think her story is amazing. And I played basketball in high school. Actually, it was my favorite sport in high school, and they didn't really have a softball team, and I ran track for a year, which I really didn't like. But I played in a rec league after I graduated from high school. It was a summer rec league that I played in that for a long time. And then I started playing softball because we were playing. Good morning, Eugene. We were playing in really hot weather. It was outside. You're just like, it's just so hot. And Sophie Cunningham, I don't know who Sophie is. Caitlin Clark, I've heard of her, and I've seen some commercials. Good morning, Sailing Rapids. I'm not going to try to say that. What do people call you? Because there's a lot of people that you're setting up your social media accounts, you're not putting your name on them, and you really want to brand yourself, especially if you're trying to promote anything, whether you got an online, offline business, you got to there's somebody that's been on my lives that she's got a nonprofit. She supports you. You got a message or something. You really want to brand yourself. Good morning, DMS 9973. Where are you coming in from? And I committed to doing these. I've been here every day for actually it's going on 3 months now. I started doing these in July. I'm here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you've got questions, you need help with something, or you're looking to make some extra money, or you want to replace your 9 to 5, we do have people in our community that had full-time jobs and they started digital marketing. Now they've left them. We had one woman, she was actually working 2 jobs. And I know there's people working 2 jobs, some working 3. Good morning, Jude. And there was a guy on here, Hank, he's working 2 jobs. She was exhausted. She never had time to do anything or spend any time with her kids. She started digital marketing and now she's been able to leave her 9 to 5. So that's totally possible. And she's not the only person in our community that's left their full-time jobs. I haven't worked one. I lost my job. It was like 14 years in August. I couldn't find another one. Haven't worked one in 9 years. Don't need one. Don't want one. Good morning, Len. Good morning, Green Solika. I don't know, is that what people call you? A lot of people, you're setting up your social media accounts, and some of you are not putting anything. And what TikTok does is they issue you a user number. It's a really long number, and then there's no picture there. And people with all the fake accounts, people want to know you're real. They want to see your face. A dog for life. Excuse me. I'm a dog lover myself. If I was able to pick something I could come back as, I think I come back as a dog. Joshua, if you want to replace your 9 to 5, you can go. I'm going to put this in the comments here on YouTube, or you can just put in your browser my website. It's payudaily.com, www.payudaily.com. I put it in the comments there. You get on my website, put your email address in, watch the 2 videos, get through the page. You'll get an email from me, read that. There's a link in the email. I have a free PDF. It's the blueprint I'm using. You can click on that, download it, save it to your computer. That's yours to keep. If you've got any questions after you go through everything, respond back to my email. I'd be glad to answer your questions. But it's digital marketing. I've been doing this full time for 14 years now. And it is simple. So Shelley, you're saying I need help with someone I trust to get started and be able to quit my 9 to 5. That's for you and your husband. Well, you want to do the same thing I just told Joshua, but you're on my TikTok account. You can come up to my profile when you get off, and there's a little bio on TikTok. There's some wording in there. My website's in there. It's payudaily.com. Click on that, put your email address in, watch the 2 videos, go read down the page. And then you'll get an email from me, read that. There is a link in the email. I have a free PDF. It outlines the blueprint I'm using. I can click on that. You can save that and download it to your computer. That's free. If you got any questions after you look at all that, that's the program I'm using. It does teach you the correct way to use social media and build an email list. And we make 100% profit. So your husband can retire. And there's people that they've retired. I have mentors who've retired their husbands. And this job, this is really simple. It's a business. It's not a job. You own it. You control it. You're in business for yourself, but you're not working by yourself. We have a community of over 56,000 people. You can go in there for help. We have live interactive trainings throughout the week. We have ones about tech. If you need tech help, there's different things throughout the week. My mentor every week gets on Zoom and does an interactive training where she does a training about something, and then she breaks us out into groups. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Key Bump. So you can get on, and I've seen her, and there's usually a lot of people in there. I've seen her stay on for 2-3 hours and answer everybody's question. But you need mentoring, you need training, you need a proven system, and we'll help you, give you one that and help you get set up and all that. And it's, I've met so many people since I've been doing this, that, and some of them were in the situation I was in. I mean, I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. There's other people that were in foreclosure. Good morning, Goose. And this industry, I mean, I really do believe if I hadn't found this because I couldn't find a job, and the job I did find eventually was $12.50 an hour working in a call center, which wasn't even half of what I was making. I probably wouldn't still have my house. And I've had days where I've made more money in a day than I made in a month. And that for me has been life-changing. It's been life-changing for me and so many other people. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Russell. Good morning, Goose. So, I mean, you can do that, and you can get this down to 2 hours. The PDF, and Joshua and Shelley, that's yours to keep. You can take a look at the blueprint. That's what my mentor has used. That's her blueprint. It's a proven blueprint. And she's used it to make like $8 million in the last couple of years. And I do believe by the time we get to the end of this year, because we're less than 90 days left into 2025, she's probably going to hit 9 or 10 million. And she's helped a lot of people. I mean, she's helped me. And really, the amount of money that anybody makes is in direct proportion to the value you bring to the marketplace. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Cookie 343. Where are you coming in from? You're welcome, Joshua. If you got any questions, respond. If you go to my website and opt in, you'll get an email from me. Just reply back to the email. I check my emails every day. Susan, you just got a #1 gift badge. Good morning, Bads 492. What do people call you? And those are people put those, and it's no offense to anybody. If you're using social media, you want to use your own name and put a picture of you because you want to brand yourself. And I was talking about that on another live, saying brand yourself. Good morning, Kelly. And a lot of people, and if you're just, you're just getting on the scroll and you don't care, because some people on TikTok don't even set your account up. And what TikTok does is they issue you a user number. And it's a rather long number. And then most people don't put pictures of themselves. Shelley sent go popular something ×1. Thank you. I'm not sure what that means. Thank you, Michael, again. Shelley and Michael and there are a couple other people on here. I can't remember everybody that's like these lives. And people jump on and off of these. When somebody jumps off, I can't see, but when they come back on, I can see that they came back on. Good morning, David. And TikTok does show me that. YouTube does not. So if you don't comment, I don't know that you're there. I can't shout you out. So, and Susan, Shelley, and Michael were the three. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Save Data. The three of you have liked the most. And then Shelley, you sent me a couple of roses. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Good morning, Jude. Good morning, Deb. But this industry can change your life. And if you don't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore, you can. This is a 2-hour workday we're following. And there's people in our group. We've had over 56,000 people in our group now that have left their full-time jobs. And I was sharing, her name's Amy. Amy was working 2 jobs. One of them was a waitress. And that's got to be I've never done that kind of work, but you're on your feet all the time. She was exhausted. She didn't have any time to do anything. She didn't have any time to spend with her kids. She was exhausted. And she started doing digital marketing. And now she's left both those jobs. She's actually making more money doing this than she was working 2 jobs. We had somebody else doing DoorDash that she was making about $1,800 a month doing DoorDash. And now she's had days where she's made $1,800. Okay, shall I just go up to that, put your email address in, and when you have some time, because not sure exactly how long the videos are, but you want to go through all that and consume it, look at the page, and then you'll get an email from me with the PDF. And a lot of people, if you're serious, you'll go through all the information because you want to get educated about and then make an educated decision. And maybe this isn't for you. And I've done other business. I've done network marketing. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. I have some of my own products, which my own stuff, I make 100% profit. But when I heard about digital marketing, that you can make 100%, and like my own products, the money comes directly to you. Oh, thank you for all the hearts, Shelley. I really appreciate that. Comes to you where you're doing network marketing or affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing. The money goes to the company and you're sharing profits. And network marketing, you're sharing it with the person you signed with and the company. So it's just not you. And the percentages are typically 20 to 40%. So I did commit to these for an hour, and I'm just almost up at an hour. If you got a comment, drop it now. I am here. Good morning. Is it Maki Nana? If I'm not saying that correctly, I apologize. I'm here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I will be back here again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you got a question, do it now. Otherwise, come back and bring your question tomorrow. Or if you've got something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to, if it's something I've done, I'd be glad to do a training on it. But I appreciate you all jumping on. Thank you, Michael, Deborah, and Shelley for liking the live and all that. I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys all tomorrow.